Good morning show, everybody. And yes, I know, I just used that joke in the Twitch chat, but you know what? I thought it was fun. Hey, what's up, everyone? We're doing the morning show here on twitch.tv/kindafunnygames. Come join now, 11 a.m. PT.
Amazon Prime.
Amazon Prime. Is it?
I don't know.
You just threw out Amazon Prime?
Yeah, I just wanted to say it.
I thought I fucked up a sponsorship when we were supposed to say Amazon Prime.
No, it's just for the Instagram audience, Nick.
Are you trying to get an individual Amazon Prime sponsorship for your hair?
Possibly, yeah, possibly. Well, I judged it really good last night.
You judged it?
Woke up and I was like, it's in prime condition for
it's perfect
zhuzhing
right now.
Thanks, man. A lot of hairspray this morning. I have a real bad headache. Very, very stoned right now.
I don't like, sometimes when I spray too much hairspray, I inhale it, and then I feel lightheaded for the whole day.
That's me right now.
Do you think that's because the particulates from my hairspray lock into my brain?
100%.
I think so. Well, also, you're not supposed to spray it into your ears.
Really?
Yeah.
How do you know that? You tried it, and you're just like, I can't hear it.
It doesn't work. Yeah, it's very sticky.
It's like when Spider-Man webs people's eyes.
Exactly,
like,
yeah. It just creates a film. It just, just a big buildup. What did you do last night, Nick? Let me tell you what I did, man.
Oh, okay. Great segue.
Nicholas,
Andy Cortez, Nick Scarpino.
I decided, you know what? I just watched Spider-Man 1. I'm going to call it a night. I'm very, very sleepy.
Can I ask you a follow-up question?
What's
up? Real quick. A pre-question before we get into this.
Sure, go ahead.
Did you, when you were watching the credits of Spider-Man 1, was it a complete shock to you? Did you completely forget that the song was in there? And they say that a hero can save us.
Yeah, that's right.
I started watching the credits because it's still the Spider-Man music, because you know it ends really sadly, which I totally forgot about. Well, we're going to get to that, by the way, because XCU in Review is now Spider-Man movies in review. That's happening next week. The week after next week. Next week's going to be XCU in Review. The week after that, Spider-Man. Doesn't matter.
Did Logan just come out?
I think Logan came out this morning, yes.
Deadpool 2.
Deadpool 2.
Deadpool 2 this morning.
The finale, yeah.
Deadpool 2 this morning. That's it. Then we're going into X-Men in Review next week, and then Spider-Man after that.
What about Blade in Review?
I am not done talking.
Please.
Blade in Review.
Also,
please, audience.
We're not doing the X-Men in Review right away. I think that it's going to wait like 2 weeks or so.
So it's next week Spider-Man?
I think so.
Cool. Watched the movie last night. Get up to go to the bathroom, and then I hear the song, and I'm like, how did I forget this amazing song? Who is the band that did that?
It's Nickelback and Saliva.
It's Nickelback.
The singer from Saliva is the one, someone told me, love will always save us.
Isn't that also the singer from Nickelback?
No, Nickelback is,
why did they get...
I am so high. Different voices.
My question is, why did they need the lead singer from Saliva to come in and pitch it?
Just featuring.
Pinch it.
It's like when a rapper is on your favorite rapper's song. You're like, oh, we got a little feature artist here.
You would think they were like, we want all the money for ourselves, though. Fuck you, Saliva.
I'm so high, and then someone told me. Very different voices.
Very different.
Sure, yeah.
Nuanced.
Yeah. So anyway,
Jared, you ask a great question, and I'll address that right now. Right. As the leader of this show, I will address that. I would love to do Blade in Review. You have to get up right now, and no matter what Tim Gettys is doing, you have to go tell him that needs to be the next series that we do after Harry Potter.
He's probably working.
I'm going to do that.
Jared, don't do it. He's working.
So,
he's busy.
The movie ends, and it's already like 9-ish, Nick, and I'm like, you know what? I'm very sleepy. I'm going to hit the hay. I want to fall asleep right now. And you know what, Kevin? If I wake up at 5, 6 in the morning, so be it.
So be it!
I just want to sleep, right?
Do it, dude!
Big mistake.
Oh, no.
Because I wake up like at 11-ish, super energetic. As if my body just took a nap and I'm ready to take on the day, even though it's 11-ish at night.
11 p.m.
And it sucked, yeah. So
you're jerking until you pass out?
No, dude, it doesn't work. Like trust me, I'm past that point, dude. The exhaustion does not faze me whatsoever. And so,
proud of you, man. What
did I do the rest of the night? I just, I was like, you know what? Gary Wood came on the show yesterday. We talked a lot about Ragnarok. I'm gonna put on Ragnarok. Put on some Ragnarok. Played some Overwatch. Put on some Guardians of the Galaxy 2 on Netflix.
Damn. By the same time, you watched Guardians and Ragnarok. Did they line up like Dark Side of the Moon and Wizard of Oz?
No, not quite. But after the movies ended, it was like, all right, now it's time for Sleep, Nick. Also, you know what? Here's another little like sidetrack, a little segue.
You masturbated one more time.
Yeah, masturbated one more time. But I want to get in better shape, Nick, because I'm gonna be Star-Lord for Halloween.
Oh, cool.
I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna be Star-Lord, and it makes sense because he has really like brownish hair, and so do I.
It's the first thing I thought, dude. That's the first thing
I know it was.
Crazy because his light brown hair is almost
Very
identical
similar.
to your jet black hair.
It's not jet black hair.
It is
Andy,
fucking
are you
jet
gonna
black.
find someone who's distinctively more muscular and more handsome than you to be Thor and stand beside you the whole time? So you can pull
I
off
wish.
the whole gimmick from the
Again,
Make Jared be Thor.
Watching,
No, that would not be
watching Infinity War on 4K, I bought it in 4K, and that scene still makes me like cry of laughter. Like, that's not a dude, that's a man. You're a dude. And then he's like, wait, so I've been gaining weight? He's like, oh yeah.
He's like, you're one sandwich away from being obese.
He's like, all right, I'm gonna buy a Bowflex.
Buying Bowflex.
I'm gonna buy some dumbbells. And you hear Rock in the back. You know you can't need dumbbells, right?
It's like an angel made love to a pirate.
Yeah, it's just so good.
I love it.
So then anyway, after that long,
God, I
terrible
gotta go back
night,
and
I ended
watch
up
it.
falling asleep like at 5 in the morning. So I'm feeling really weird right now.
Yeah.
Got like 2 hours of sleep earlier in the night, 4 hours of sleep later in the night. It's very, very bizarre.
People don't put enough importance on sleep.
I know.
You really do need, like, the first thing that people always sacrifice is sleep whenever they're doing anything. It's the worst thing you could possibly do. It's very bad for you.
I agree.
You got to get at least 8 hours.
I went to bed
bullshit is 6. It's bullshit. You got to get 8 hours sleep. At least.
Most of my night was spent looking for Star-Lord costumes and accessories on eBay and Etsy and Amazon. I'm not gonna buy the expensive jacket. No way, that shit's too expensive. It's like $120. But I'm buying a red bomber with like sort of like, it's, you know, bomber material, but then on the top it has sort of like this leather stuff down the sleeve, and I'm gonna try to like draw in some of the accents that he has on his jacket.
That's really
and if it
gonna
doesn't work, then I'm gonna buy the jacket.
That's never gonna look good. Just buy the expensive jacket.
It's
Because
so
it's
cool.
gonna look so janky, and then you're gonna be able to be Star-Lord for the rest of your life.
That's true.
And you know, we all know that Chris Pratt's not quitting that series
Ever.
ever. So there you go. You can be
And then I'll
Star-Lord
gain
forever.
weight just like, you know, Chris Pratt kind of did for
hilarious.
Infinity War. What a fantastic scene that is.
It is beautiful.
He's also, by the way, it's worth noting that he's still jacked in that
Oh,
movie.
he's incredible. He's beautiful.
But the fact that they just they
just,
just go.
I just
hard
love
on that
when
scene.
Jack says like he points at his chin.
Well, there has objectively never been a better looking human than Chris Hemsworth. I think that's really what it is.
Well, sir, I would agree with you. Were it not for the fact that right now, patreon.com/kindoffunny or patreon.com/kindoffunnygames, we are selling a picture of our champion. Kevin brought this to my attention. He said, Nick, there are 2 really good pictures of the champion, me, right now. And I agreed, and he was like, how do we give these away? Well, here's what we're going to do. This one is going to be given away to anyone who backs us at the fan mail tier on Kind of Funny. This one goes to Kind of Funny Games. And of course, these are signed, autographed, specialized, exclusive, one-of-a-kind pictures that are going to be coming straight to you. If your name's Avril Lavigne, I will put, Dear Avril Lavigne, Kevin is awesome, Nick, and then P.S. Andy sucks. That's what I'll put on one of these. But your name will be on it.
Does the postscript need Andy sucks?
Avril asked for it.
Okay.
When Avril Lavigne was like, you know, he was a
talked to
skater
her?
boy. I want one of your pictures. I was like, all right, cool. I'll
So
get you one.
these
That's what
are
she
I could not remember for the life of me. Is that an Avril Lavigne song?
It is, yeah.
Damn,
These
I
are
pulled that out of my ass.
beautiful depictions of you, Nick. But I do have to. I'm flashing back to vice presidential debate. The whole you, sir, are no John F. Kennedy. I mean, you are a beautiful man, but you, sir, are no Chris Hemsworth.
I am not Chris Hemsworth. No, I am not.
Who is,
I am
honestly?
more of an everyday man. I'm a lot more accessible. A lot of people want to be me as opposed to him because it's impossible to be him. Pretty easy to be me. Really.
Really simple to be you, actually.
You just go to Starbucks.
The
Yeah.
people's champ.
What else do you do?
You buy some Ray-Bans and you roll your sleeves up a little bit.
You search for Nikes online, but you never buy them?
Yeah, that's one. You go and spend a tremendous amount of money on your hair/beard cut, and people really give you compliments on it.
You ask Andy to give you a ride like every one time a week, maybe?
Whenever my car is broke, I
Couple
make
times a
Andy just drive me to his house so that I can save $5 on an Uber ride.
Yeah.
And we can secretly be friends and listen to the Dan Le Batard show
Yeah.
together and giggle.
It's a good time, man.
We giggle.
You guys
It's a
listen
good
to
time.
Dan Le Batard together?
Yeah.
Only when I'm with Andy.
Yeah.
It's our
Okay.
special little date thing, and don't you ever try to take that away from
They're
me.
back
never
from
do that.
vacation, and when people miss our show when we're gone, that's how I feel. That's how I felt. Because for the past 2 weeks, it's been nothing but randoms coming in, and I get it. Like the whole time, I'm just like, I have withdrawals. I'm listening to old episodes of the show.
Yeah, I know.
It
becomes
sucks.
part, like, my goal with this show is to make it part of your daily routine so that you're addicted to it, so that you have to keep watching it. and then we take over the world. And I appreciate that. All kidding aside, we had a lot of nice compliments from people when we were at RTX. They came up, they're like, it's awesome to meet you, but I also wish you were doing the morning show today because it's my drive to work, or it's my drive home from work, or I watch while I'm at work and my boss thinks I'm doing work, but it's probably why I'm getting fired.
No.
I can't tell you how happy it makes me when people go, hey, my boss just walked by and heard you shout flaming penis or whatever the hell we're talking about.
Yeah.
And I go, that's a quick way to get a promotion. By listening to me and Andy and Jared on the shock mic talk about Blade for 45 minutes, and then Gary Whitta walks in and we talk about Blade for another 10 minutes.
I do have an update on Blade here.
Oh, what's Jared?
Here's what's going to make you laugh really quick before we get to Jared. Yeah. Kevin, can you bring up Greg's Instagram?
Sure.
Please. And then go ahead, Jared. So I did something that I think will make you laugh very much.
Not particularly important here just yet. I did, in fact, as you instructed, walk to Tim Gettys and ask him about Blade following Harry Potter in XCU interview.
Yeah.
And Greg gave me, that polite listening that that Tim does, where like
we all give you that look.
Obviously wants you to feel like he's engaged with you, but he obviously has better things to do at the moment.
Yeah, he doesn't want to be rude to you, but he also wants to signal to you that you are talking to him, and it's annoying.
He's a very polite man.
Yeah. I'm not so polite. I just tell you, go away.
And he did that. He did that thing. He's like,
Kevin.
That'd be real cool. Like, and then so that's how.
Okay, so we have it confirmed. It would be real cool.
Yeah. So here's a post that Greg posted this photo, and it's very emotional. So if you kind of get a gist of what he's saying. He's like, today I flew first class because of an auto upgrade because I fly so much. Next to my amazing wife, I ate an omelet. I saw the debut of my Mizzou commercial that I'm honored to be on. Like, little Greg, you would have never expected this in his life. I really hope you can.
First off, let me stop right there. Little Greggy was a psychopath. Little Greggy probably expected to eat squirrel face and fucking go to jail early.
This career has given me more than I've ever dreamed of. You've given me more than I've ever dreamed of. Thank you. Somehow it keeps getting better, but very, very nice and very, very endearing. I don't know if we're going to be able to find my comment in there, Kevin, because it is.
It's good.
I thought you'd get a kick out.
Read it out loud for the people who can't see it.
For people who are listening right now, Greg has this really lovely post where he talks about how life is going great and his wildest dreams are being met, and it's all because of you. And we really, it's very, very sincere. And the comment right before that is, from Avery Yada. And then Maximo Cortez's next comment said, Nick and I talk about how he can detect when people are horny today on the morning show. Here's what I love about this office. Watch your ego. You know what I mean? Watch your ass. This is what we're trying to tell you. That was... Did he see it?
He clicked like, yeah.
God, that is
I thought you'd enjoy that.
That is great. Listen, don't get too fucking high and mighty around here. Don't get
it's not high and mighty.
Don't get all life is great.
I just wanted to life is perfect. I wanted to do a complete contrast to his.
When life gets too good, there has to be a counterbalance. Do you understand me?
Yeah.
Yeah, isn't the
part of being an adult is you got to take the good with the bad. And unfortunately, Greg Miller is the good, and I think you and me are the bad. This
is, doing all this really emotional stuff. I love you guys, and then mine is just Nick can detect when people are horny. I thought that was a good little contrast.
My favorite thing that came out from me. By the way, Tyler was awesome. Please tell him if you talked to him that we loved him on the show.
Oh yeah, he loved being on the show.
I don't talk to people, but my favorite thing from yesterday is I think I legitimately got a legitimate laugh out of Kevin when I did my Geiger counter sound effect. When I get horny, when I get closer.
Yeah, that's really good.
And I heard Kevin start giggling, and I was like, he got it. He got it. What that's a really stupid fucking show. We had a great show yesterday. It's a good show today, too. Sure.
Oh, sure.
Housekeeping, you want me to jerk you off?
What kind of hotel is this?
So go over and support either of those Patreons, the fan mail tier or above, and you will get one of these pictures in your mail. I have said this before, but I'm going to reuse this joke because not everyone watches this show every day. You better make sure your mail is fire retardant because this shit is hot.
This shit's hot, yeah.
Have you made this joke before?
Yeah.
I think you made it yesterday.
Multiple times. I said it on Twitter. But the thing is about a joke is that you get a lot of mileage out of it if it's a good joke.
Sure.
Yeah. That's what I feel about stand-up comedians, where they don't...
That was a good comment.
When stand-up comedians don't use the same jokes in sets, I kind of equated to musicians not playing the same songs they played in
It's
prior
actually
concerts.
100% the opposite, where you kind of want to not hear the same joke. You want different
but it's
jokes.
weird though. It's weird that that's what we want, but it's weird that that's how it is.
Well, there's only been a handful of comedians who could actually pull that
No,
off.
wait, it's not weird that that's what we want. You know what I mean?
Makes total
No,
sense.
it makes sense, but if you got that, you wouldn't want it.
Like
trust me.
the fact that a performer is not like playing the hits is kind of a neat concept. To
I
me.
saw a comic the first time I went to the Comedy Store. The first ever time I went to the Comedy Store named Tom Rhodes. And I went to, it was a showcase that was largely like stacked with people who were non-paid regulars. So they were like trying to get into the Comedy Store, and it was one of those like kind of a bringer show where someone organizes it and they stack it, and it's not really an official Comedy Store like pass. It doesn't matter. Long story short, it was a bunch of people who were just on the cusp of breaking through at the Comedy Store, and they had an extra 15 minutes at the end of it, and they were like, "We have a special guest for you, Mr. Tom Rhodes is coming in." I hadn't heard of Tom Rhodes. He destroyed me. Like it was the hardest I've ever laughed at a comedian in my entire
I
life.
thought you meant he was gonna roast
No,
you or something.
he was fucking hilarious. And I was like, wow, that guy is a fucking...
He's going somewhere.
He is, I mean,
He is
a very, very established comedian now that I've done some research on him. Long story short, a couple weeks ago, I was at the Punchline, and he had spent the whole week there. And he did the showcase. He did like 30 minutes to headline the showcase on Sunday night, and did some of the same jokes. And I'll be honest with you, they still fucking got
That's
me.
awesome.
I didn't because I didn't remember them.
Yeah.
I was like, I know this is coming, but he had a couple really, really good jokes about like what's legal in Arizona. Like there's some weird ass laws. The way he crafted them was so fucking well done.
Oh yeah, you can't do certain things in a public space. Like they're weird.
There's a lot of really weird,
Yeah.
there's a lot of really weird
Specific
laws
ass
that are
laws.
left over in every state.
Yeah.
That if you start looking at them, you're like, this is really fucking strange. But he had a couple that just went so well together, and the joke, it killed me. But man, I've never laughed fucking harder than that guy than I've seen. That he has made me laugh harder than any comedian I've ever watched my entire life.
Well, you know who's gonna make them laugh harder?
What's that?
These people right here.
Ladies and gentlemen, go to kindafunny.com/outofbounds to get tickets for my show next Friday, August 31st in Austin, Texas at the Spider House, 7:30 p.m. We are delighted we have been invited by the Out of Bounds Comedy Festival to show Waiting for the Punchline. But before we do that, because we are overachievers, Brian Garr and Christina Parrish are joining me to do a little comedy set beforehand and a little QA afterward. If you guys are in the Austin area, or hell, if you're anywhere in the United States and you want to just fly into Austin for that night, let's do it, man. Go to kindafunny.com/outofbounds, and you guys it'll take you to this page. Scroll down, you can see the ticketing site. And by the way, the Out of Bounds Comedy Festival it's got a lot of really great comedians there. It's happening all week. So if you're in Austin and you want to see more shows, you should absolutely check out this website. But go to kindafunny.com/outofbound. Check that out. Also, if you're bored tonight, I will be at the MLK Cafe across the bay. I believe it's in Oakland, doing a comedy show. I've been invited by a friend. Here's what happened. I was supposed to be on a show last Sunday. Totally spaced. It was one of the first times
You just forgot?
I just forgot.
Huh.
It was on my calendar, and I had booked it. He booked me out like 3 months ago. And what had happened was generally they send you out like, hey, it's Friday. You guys are all on the show on Saturday or whatever. Make sure you promote it a little bit and then come out. And he forgot to touch base with me, and I totally forgot about the show. So he's throwing me, I apologize to him, he's throwing me a bone tonight at MLK Cafe. So if you guys are bored, you're over in the East Bay, 8 o'clock, MLK Cafe, which I believe is, I think it's in Oakland.
You should pull a Lauryn Hill and just go up super late.
I probably will because he puts me up whenever he wants. So this is, yes, it is in Oakland. That is in 3860 Martin Luther King Jr. Way, Oakland, California. It'll be my first time performing in the East Bay, by the way. Never done anything over there. So I'm very, very excited about that.
Finally.
It's probably going to be exactly
That's
the same
awesome.
as here. But it's kind of fun for me because I get to drive across the bay. I pretend like then I
gives
come
you a
back in.
reason.
Here's what I do. Every time I drive across the bay, then I drive back into the city, I sing the Sopranos theme song. Because I see that...
Oh yeah.
Woke up this morning. You know, he's always driving across the
Forgot
bay
that song. Jesus.
from like Brooklyn to whatever.
I never saw the
Sopranos?
Yeah.
It was so good.
Like, I would be in the room when my parents were watching it. That's my only sort of exposure to that series because I was so young when it came out. And I have this weird memory of going to watch a Spurs versus the Nuggets game when Tim Duncan and David Robinson were playing.
Great game.
And they were showing The Sopranos in the hotel room. It's like a weird little memory of mine that I have.
That's nice. It's a great show. It has its eras though. Like it has movements where the beginning is good, then in the middle it starts getting really, really soap opera-ish and cartoonish, and then at the end it just gets really artsy and like ambiguous.
Interesting.
So it's not my favorite all-time HBO show. That distinction goes to Ballers. But
No, it doesn't.
No. Ballers is fun, but Ballers is good, but it's candy. What would be my favorite HBO show of all time? Probably Game of Thrones.
I want to watch Deadwood.
Deadwood's supposed to be really good.
Because I read a tweet recently talking about the upcoming Deadwood movie, and it was somebody who had read it, who's like a star in like that. I don't know, he's maybe an actor, but he talked about reading the script for the Deadwood movie, which is sort of like bringing back the series, kind of, since they didn't want to do a full series, they're just making a movie. And he said, this script is just blowing my mind. I can't wait for this.
Listen, I'm a fan of any time anyone wants to bring back an old series and make a movie out of it. What's up, Psych? Let's do it again. I'm making a second one.
Are they?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Supposedly, they're trying to work on one. James Roday, not too much else going on. He's just like, let's do it. Why not?
I have a nose hair tickling my nose.
Go. You want to take
hate
it?
it.
It might be a beard hair. That
happens to my mustache a lot.
Yeah.
It'll flip up. Very
Can you get my
wiry.
scissors out?
You want Kevin to trim it for you?
Sure.
Wait, before you do that, bring this up and just kind of scroll through a little bit, but keep it muted. Greg is now one of the official voices of Mizzou University. We're very excited for this. If you guys want to go check this out, it is called, the name of the clip is, what is it called?
Is it going
Mizzou Made, I believe it is. Show Me Mizzou. You guys can Google on YouTube, Show Me Mizzou, and you can hear Greg do the VO for a Mizzou commercial. It's a very, very beautifully shot commercial. And if you guys, by the way, if you're watching on YouTube, I'll try to remember to put this in the pinned post. And that'll be that. Now, I'd like to stop talking about this right now. But Kevin is still...
You're cutting really high. It's very
It
worrisome.
looks good. It looks good.
Did he cut really high? Did he cut really high? Nick,
It
did he?
looks good.
Give me the one.
I don't have access to that anymore.
Give me the one.
Anyway, go show this clip some love.
You look
Oh, it looks
fine.
fine. Okay.
You look totally
Yeah,
fine.
That's scary, man. Your look was really convincing.
Because
Nick.
I'm a good actor.
Yeah.
Because I'm a champion of everything.
Hold on, I just love
acting.
that I get a Slack message from Fareed.
Yeah.
And I see like Fareed pop up on my phone, so I'm like, oh, what's going on? Something needs to happen with the Let's Play channel, blah, blah, blah. For those of you who don't know, Fareed is one of the runners of the Let's Play network with Louis
he's kind of
Medina.
our manager.
Yeah. And he's talking about a photo that was released recently where LeBron and Kevin Durant and Kawhi Leonard and all these players are practicing in the offseason. And he's just like, look, if this is like when MJ, Barkley, and Ewing would hoop it up in the offseason, then okay. But if it's not, then I'm done with it all. Because
they're all they're friends and they have to compete against each other.
Yeah, well, we're just
it's
thinking,
a lot of emotion.
Well, we're thinking like, is this a possible super team that might happen in the next 2 years, 2 or 3 years?
This counts as a 15 seconds to the end.
Fuck, you're right.
I'm not. Don't roll the fucking graphic. You got the graphic is egregious at this point. The joke has run its course. If you want to do 15 seconds to sports, that graphic needs to be down to at least.
Look at all the hair on my shirt.
Yeah, he trimmed the shit out of that beard.
What? I did a great job.
There's a lot of hair on my shirt.
Andy, I'm not gonna lie to you. I only did half because you panicked. You want me to get the other half?
Anyway, wait, weren't you going to tell me about some sort of exclusive album you listened to last night?
Oh, yes.
Wasn't that the whole point of that story where you started talking about how you fell asleep?
No.
At 5?
No, that was a different story.
Okay.
But yeah, so one of my favorite bands, probably my favorite band, Coheed and Cambria, they have a lot of overlap with our fans in terms of, if you're a fan of Coheed, you're probably a fan of sci-fi and being a nerd in comic books, because that's what they sort of cater to. Like all of their albums span a giant sort of story, right? They're all telling a story about a husband and wife named Coheed and Cambria. And so I've been a fan forever, and I was given, I got an email yesterday from like a Roadrunner Records sort of PR thing, and it was like, hey, listen to the album. I was like, what the fuck? Oh my God, I got the album early. This is cool. Probably because I'm some sort of mailing list, right? Like maybe I bought something back in the day, so they're giving it to like fans who've been there for a long time. And I got so I listened to the album, and I was like, and I got a lot of replies because I talked about it on Twitter. A lot of people wondering why do you have it early? And I was very confused. I was like, fuck, I don't know why I have it early either. So I emailed the guy back, and I was like, hey, thank you so much. I love the album. It's incredible. Why do I have this? Why'd you send it to me? And then he replies this morning. He was like, whoops, like I meant to touch base with you. Instead of just sending you the album, I meant to touch base with you. I see that you work for Kind of Funny, and we think that, the Coheed's fan base and the Kind of Funny fan base have a lot of overlap and crossover.
We do.
We would love to work with you all sometime in the future.
Oh, that'd be great.
with Coheed and Cambria. I was fuck yeah.
We've worked with them before. We had them on Up at Noon one time.
Claudio Sanchez was on Up at Noon with Greg, and that's what kind of got me into Beyond and Greg was, well, I was already listening to Beyond, but that's what like got me more into the universe, where I saw, oh, Claudio's talking about this video game that he's working on with Greg Miller. Cool, I got to listen to this interview.
Yeah.
And
then
so
you discovered me, and you're like, I'm a huge fan of that.
Huge fan, huge fan. I actually didn't know who you were until Kind of Funny, so. Yeah, but no, but it was so that's why I have the album early. For a lot of you people asking, how do you get the album early? That's why. I was very confused too. I thought it was just some Roadrunner mailing list or whatever. But yeah, and I listened to it, and I've listened to it like 3 times, and I fucking love it. Joey Noel.
J.N. Takagami, what's going on? I'm calling you Takagami from now on, by the way, because that is the best.
But it's so long.
It's a dope fucking last name.
It's so long, and nobody knows how to spell it.
How about Tigame?
No.
All right.
Takagami's a cool last name.
Takagami's a badass.
Also, Alyssa, like Shimoda. Alyssa's last name, Shimoda. It's so cool.
That's a cool last name.
Shimoda and Takagami. That's awesome.
Japanese last names sound dope.
Oh yeah, Madog Nick makes a good point. Claudio was on Game Grumps too.
No, well that doesn't
I
make
was
it
just
as
coming
good.
in for this story because.
Yeah, it was.
I was like, how did you get the album?
It was very confused because the album was come out to like October 20 something. So I was very confused as to why I got it early. And I made a joke to somebody yesterday. I was like, well, you know, aside from having tons of connections, you know, no, but seriously, I'm probably just on some mailing list. And it ended up being that it was just their PR guy who saw that I work for, you know, a YouTube channel that has a decent following that, you know, there's a lot of crossover, a lot of nerds in both audiences. So
It's really great.
I want him to come on the show, man.
Yeah, we should get him.
That'd be so awesome.
So connect him with the. Well, I mean, I'm sure.
Yeah, Greg was like,
must be
loop
our
me in,
person.
dude, because I would love
if
to
you
have
loop
him
Greg
back.
and we'll get him back. It would be awesome.
He like writes his own comics and shit like that.
Yeah, he's a badass.
Yeah.
Speaking of badasses, you guys out there, of course, support the show. If you want to support the show with extra dollars, you can tip us at the $5. They can't all be gold, Takagami, okay? Oh, I like that. It sounded good. That's good.
Let's just call her that now.
Takagami.
You go, Takagami, and when she comes in, go, can you get Cool Greg for me?
By the way, you didn't get Cool Greg for me yesterday.
No, because I didn't think. I was like.
I was serious about that. I had a question.
That was one of the funniest
Can you
moments.
get Cool Greg for me? Because I have a question for him.
Or was it for Tim?
He's
It was for
editing.
Greg.
He's editing.
If I get Cool Greg, and then I'll ask Cool Greg to ask Tim to come in.
That was so funny, dude.
That was really
That was like such a bitch move on your
I'm the
part.
best. I'm the best there ever
I
was.
thought it was just like a bit, and I was
No, it was totally serious.
partially irritated. So I was like, no,
I understand completely. Cool Greg, now I have a question for you.
Cool G.
Who, if I only have, you know, me, I have a lot of love in my heart, but I want to give it all to one person. Do I give it to Nicki Minaj or Cardi B?
Cardi.
Really?
Yeah.
Whoa,
Really?
jeez.
I'm blown away. I'm blown away right now.
You don't think that Cardi B on some level is just a cheap knockoff of Nicki Minaj?
I mean, maybe not Nicki Minaj. She's a cheap knockoff of like that Dream Girl. It's crazy and ratchet. I don't know. She's perfect, man. Y'all don't know Cardi B enough, man.
No. Listen, I trust you. I'm done with Nicki Minaj. Never listen to her again.
Whoa.
That's not true.
You're making a statement.
I'm splitting it up now 50-50. That's what's gonna happen.
Okay, it's like a divorce or something.
No, not like a divorce. More like
Like
just
the
I'm just
kids
gonna
go with each.
Continue to listen to whatever song I think is good, regardless, and I have no idea who was making what. So it could they could
You
all be
alternate
one person.
weekends, sort of thing.
Yeah, kind of like
I've
that.
seen Cardi B take off her high heel and throw it at somebody. I've never seen Nicki Minaj really do anything.
That is baller.
But why did she do that?
Because she's
crazy,
crazy
man.
as fuck.
Yeah, I respect
I like
crazy.
it.
Well, there you have it. If you guys want to tip us at the $5 above level, we will read those tips just like Madman Mim says. A tip asking Nick to call out Jared Petty for being a coward who won't even try to change the calendar.
Kevin!
Okay, well, we'll call him that later. Lakers Head 2432 says, sending over birthday tax on behalf of Kobe Bean Bryant. It's his 40th birthday. Spurs suck. Super Mario Speedwagon gave us a $5 tip and said, Happy Rusev Day? Rusev Day?
Rusev?
What is that?
Oh, I think it's a wrestling thing.
Yeah, it's a wrestling thing.
Okay, well, I don't understand those things. Wolf Smalls gave us our final tip for now and said, hey fam, I'm tipping because a hurricane is likely hitting us today and the next days here in Hawaii. So if you don't hear from me, I may have been whisked away to the land of Oz, but really pray for us. Love you guys.
Oh,
be
that's
very
a
safe.
Hurricane Lane, right? I believe it's Lane.
Is that Lane?
Yeah.
Be very safe. We will pray for you. And if you guys want to give us bits as well, we will take those as well. But everyone send some. I don't know, Wolf Smalls, if you're Wolf Smalls across the board, but everyone send our friends in dear Hawaii some love today.
Yes, Hurricane Lane is a Category 5 hurricane.
Jesus Christ. Jesus.
Wait, no, is Category 5 big?
Yeah, that's the biggest it gets.
Get the fuck out.
Wait, is it? Does it go to Cat 6? I don't think.
No, that's a cable.
Cat 5 and Cat 6.
Oh, Cat 6 is the highest it goes. Yes.
Okay, well that's fucking high.
There's a movie called Category 6 Day
But
of
is it
Destruction.
like earthquakes
people
where
in
like a
chat-
6.1 is really bad?
Cable?
No. Is it like earthquakes where like a 6.1 is bad, but then a 6.2 is like 800 times worse, and then a 6.3 is like a gazillion times worse?
I know. I don't
It's-
think
it's
so.
a factor of 10, Nick.
I think it's sort of like hurricanes, like F5, the Fujita scale. Remember Twister?
The finger of
I
God.
love. I'll tell
Finger
you
of
what,
God.
last time we went to Chevy's, I got the fajitas, and they were great.
It's a good joke.
Thanks.
It's a really good joke. It's a great
Fuck
joke.
yeah, I'm killing it today.
I got so excited from the other room. I heard Cat 5 and Cat 6, and I thought you guys were talking about network cable.
Hurricane.
No, but if you want, you can ask Tim his thoughts on what the best Cat 5 and Cat 6 cables are right now, and I'm sure he'd love to talk to you about that.
Yeah, I love this. I used to be a network administrator. That's like.
Did you?
Oh yeah.
You know, Tim did too.
Oh no kidding. I
Yeah,
didn't know
you should
that.
go talk to him about that right
That's not true.
Wait, did he?
No.
Oh.
I love that in reality where we might have a camera on Tim one point, and we just keep setting Jared to bug Tim,
awful.
and then just see Tim like try desperately to stay nice, and as he slowly cracks. Listen, like I said before, they are the good over there.
Yeah.
Okay, but the good can only be good if they've got the evil to balance them out.
You know,
and I am the evil of
We
this
need
world.
to see. We need to see the where we line up on like chaotic good, chaotic evil, chaotic neutral, like lawful good. You know that those little.
The D&D scale.
Well, what's it called?
Yeah, the D&D alignment.
D&D alignments. You ever heard of this?
What's
Nick?
the worst?
Chaotic evil.
That's gonna
is
be
the
me and
worst.
Kevin. Me and
but
Kevin
like,
are in
but
that
they're
spot.
so I'd say Greg is like chaotic good, right?
Yeah, Greg is
because he's
chaotic
crazy,
good.
but he's very, very
Yeah, you
like
have
awesome.
three modifiers, and three modifiers in the other. You have lawful, neutral, and chaotic, and then you have good, neutral, and evil. And you combine any two of those to create an alignment. So lawful good is like I always follow the rules, and I'm good-hearted. Neutral good's like I can bend the rules sometimes, but I also try to. And chaotic good's just like I do good things. Robin Hood is chaotic good.
Got it.
Like so, and then on the other hand, you have like chaotic evil's just like random acts of evil. Neutral evil's like calculated, and lawful evil's like honorable evil. And then there's neutral between.
Where's
There's
Kevin?
Chaotic neutral, lawful neutral.
Neutral evil or chaotic evil?
I think Kevin pretends to be like lawful neutral.
Jared, I
but
don't
in
pretend to be
reality
shit.
is chaotic evil.
Yeah, he's chaotic evil.
I don't pretend to be shit. Chaotic evil all the way.
Yeah, Joey Noelle, I think,
Alright.
is honestly like neutral good.
Yeah, Joey Noelle is good.
Yeah.
She's the real good in this office. The rest of us are just kind of dragging her down into the mire.
Ramped up or down depending on who else is around.
Sometimes I drag you into the evil. I make you do bad sometimes.
Crusader
and I feel bad for
JC
it.
says that he's gonna make the D&D scale and he'll post it to Reddit tonight.
Please do.
Finally.
That.
Please do.
All right,
That
ladies and
sounds
gentlemen,
fun.
it's news time.
Is it fuck?
Category 5E network cable. Yeah.
Top on the news today, Netflix is developing a sequel to, that's right, Death Note. Death Note is getting part 2. Like you guys know, it left off sort of at a very good point, I felt. Did you watch Death Note?
I did not.
If
I
you're a
heard a
fan
lot of
Death
people
Note-
hated it.
I liked it. I thought it was fine. But again, it's just a different interpretation of it.
It was certainly a departure. Why am I so low? Whatever. It was a departure from what people expected.
Sure.
But by the end of it, I think it got to a really good place where I definitely wanted more of that version of it.
I think they could do more with it.
Yeah.
I'm in agreement with you, where it's not the ideal Death Note series. I thought it was cool. I thought it was an interesting take on it. If you want Death Note, again, go watch the anime or read the manga. If that's what you really want, because those are the two
What is Kevin
cleanest
doing?
iterations
I'm
of it.
adjusting my camera.
I don't know. It left off, obviously, at a natural point where they could have just ended it, and that would have been fine, but they're bringing it back. Presumably, I don't want to spoil anything for people, but...
Don't.
I'm not going to
Just
spoil
don't.
anything for people. I think it's a good spot to do a sequel. I don't think they can do 3 movies, so I think they're going to do a sequel, and that's going to be pretty much it.
I
But-
hope that what we get in the second season is a lot more of what we got at the end of the first season, where it was for the first time.
The cat and mouse style stuff.
Yeah,
I
the
would
light
agree.
being light, you know?
Yeah, I would like to see that as well. Again, though, if you don't, you're like Death Note, what is that? That's weird. Watch the original anime. It's one of the best, if not, it's top 3 best animated series of all time.
Absolutely.
Easily.
Yeah.
Easily.
Have you ever seen Code Geass?
No, Tim keeps telling me to watch that, but I can't find it. It's not on Netflix. When it's on Netflix, I'll watch it probably.
Nick, just so you know, we have an account with
Verve?
yeah.
Oh,
I
didn't
have
know that.
Verve. Love it. It comprises like
Andy, I've told you so many times. Kind of Funny has an account with that.
Oh, okay. So I should just use that one.
Yeah, 100%.
It comprises like Funimation and Crunchyroll and Rooster Teeth and all these like.
I should check that out because I need a new series to watch.
Nirvana the Band Show.
Yeah, no, I don't. Again, Narcos.
It's so quick. You'll finish it in like 3 days.
It's Pedro Pascal, so sexy, and he wears fucking Wrangler jeans the whole time. It's just they're high waisted. But my wife says, "Look at that package. That's what a real man."
I want you to watch this show so bad.
What show?
Nick.
I'll watch it.
No, you won't. You fucking
I'll watch
liar.
it eventually. Next news story. This is a weird one. Quentin Taratino cast Uma Thurman's daughter in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. That's Maya Hawke is the name of their daughter, and she's going to be playing one of the roles in his upcoming star-studded film. This is not weird unless you know the history between Uma and Quentin Tarantino. If you remember about a year ago, their feud sort of raged back up, where on the set of Kill Bill, he made her drive a car that was super dangerous, and she got in a wreck and almost got paralyzed from it. And then he like wouldn't show her the footage until 15 years later. And it was this weird...
He would like spit on her and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's a weird, very contentious, very...
I think so. That could be me like, making shit up.
I don't remember him spitting on her.
No,
I don't remember
no,
that.
I remember him spitting on her, like to rile her up for a scene and get her put...
I know he has like a creepy, like, I don't remember if they ever dated, but I know that he like is obsessed with her feet.
He is... it's all here. It's all alleged. But if I had to wager a guess, and this is all hearsay and complete and total, just off the top of my head.
Oh, he had somebody spit on her face for this shot, for a certain shot. Yeah.
I mean, if you got to get the shot, you got to get the shot, right, Nick?
I mean, that's what I keep telling you, Kevin. But you refuse to take your pants off for
Well,
me.
there's no camera.
Well,
There's
we're getting
no
the shot,
camera.
Kev.
Hold on.
It's Kevin. It's a blanket statement. It's like when you say "comme si, comme ça," whatever.
Remember that time we filmed at my house? And you had me wear nothing but underwear and then covered me with a sheet.
Now,
so
remember that time
like
you were
I
like,
was
Nick,
nude?
I'll go without underwear. And I was like, Kevin,
I didn't say
you
that.
don't need to do that for your art. But if you want to, go for it.
Is that the Taco and Bell scene?
Yeah.
The underwear is
That was a good
visible.
one.
You can see that at youtube.com/kindoffunny in our in the animated show. I forget which episode it was. I forget which one. I think it was one where Greg falls in love with Jen.
He did spit on her.
Did he?
Yes.
It's weird. They have a bad relationship. It's super weird and abusive, and I think it's a relic of, obviously, all the shit that's happening in Hollywood right now. But it's also very weird that, I mean, obviously her daughter is her own person, but I'd be like, maybe stay away from him.
Right.
He's been obsessed with me
How old
for
is
years.
she?
I don't know, but she can't be any younger than 20.
Never heard of her.
Neither have I.
didn't know
Google
she-
Maya
15?
Hawke.
I think I saw 15.
Google Maya Hawke and see how old she is.
Wait, what's her name?
Maya Hawke, right there.
Maya?
Maya Hawke. You can Google it. Yeah,
Sorry.
because she's her Uma Thurman, of course, and Ethan Hawke's daughter. Let's see. She was born.
20.
She was 20 years old.
Okay, never mind.
So I mean, old enough to make her own decisions and take care of herself, obviously, but still, he's just a weird guy. Like that'd be like my worst nightmare. Where I'm like,
Holy
you're in a
shit, Ethan
Tarantino
Hawke's old
movie.
as fuck.
What's that?
I said Ethan Hawke looks old as
Oh,
fuck.
fucking dare you, sir! Ban yourself
Look
for
at
5
him.
minutes. Ethan Hawke's a classic at this
I'm
point.
not saying he's not a classic. I'm just saying the man has aged.
He looks like
Rightfully
Jeff
so.
Bridges.
Yeah,
You know
he
what?
does.
Kevin, one day you're going to be pushing 40 and you'll start feeling your hair fall out.
See, I
and
think
your
he's
dick
older
just
than
get
40.
extra big and long for no reason, and you're going to be like, what is life? What
Is that what
this
happens?
Is that what happens?
Whoa.
Like? You know?
So I know I've been popping on a lot today.
Yeah, it's fine.
Maybe a little too much.
Well, if you go back, like I said, it's a trade. It's an unspoken trade. You're allowed to come on the show whenever you want, but you have to also annoy Tim.
Okay, it's a good trade-off.
We have a pendulum we have a yin and a yang in this office.
So you guys know that I used to pastor, right? That I used to be a minister.
Sure.
I technically still am.
Okay. Let's marry Andy and
For
Kevin
a
right
period
now.
of time, I pastored a church, and one of my parishioners was Ethan Hawke's brother.
Really?
Yes.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Was he like, my brother's a dickhead, or was
He was
like, my
a really
brother's
nice
cool?
guy. Really nice guy.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So that was a kind of a fun fact there.
Stick around for this next story because I think you're going to have something to say about this. This makes me happy. Isaac Asimov's Foundation is finally being made into a series thanks to Apple. They have done an order for a 10-episode direct-to-series order from Apple, and this is according to Deadline. And I'm mixed on this
Okay.
because I've read the first Foundation book, and it is phenomenal. Phenomenal. I cannot imagine how this is going to make its way into a series because it is so the narrative structure of it is such a big departure from what we're used to seeing rather that I can't. It's going to be fascinating to see how this
This is made
pulls out.
to be an adaptation. This will fall into the hands of how flexible they are willing to be with the storytelling. I don't think you try to do a direct conversion Foundation. Because
But wouldn't it be so cool if they did?
I think,
But it's gonna be so expensive.
No, I think it would be cool in the Brazil way, but not in the actually watchable way.
I think it would be cool in the watchable way if every episode was like a chapter of or that era. If you guys aren't familiar with Foundation, it spans. I think the first book spans what, like thousands of years.
The problem with Foundation is that I like Foundation. It's hard to read. It is for me.
It wasn't hard to read for me.
Okay.
I found it, but it's because there's no narrative thread really. Like once you every story is basically a chapter that takes place. Let me back up. The idea behind Foundation is that there is a scientist discovers this concept of, I think it's called psychohistory, right? They're called psychohistorians, where it begins where he goes, essentially it's the concept of we've developed a math and a machine that can calculate within a very precise degree of error what is going to happen in the next 10,000 years of human history.
Yeah.
And what is going to happen is we are predicting accurately that the galactic empire, the arching empire that is basically governing the entire galaxy, is going to fall, and it is going to plummet us into a dark age like we have never seen.
Yeah, they've effectively got a tachyon telescope to look through time.
Exactly. Yeah. But to a degree of if you're talking like determinism, things like that, where we could actually, if we had a computer strong enough to calculate all the variables, could we predict what we're going to do in the future? That's a basic concept behind it.
Is this the first time Apple's making a series?
Well, they've been ramping up their original programming. I think this is the first time. Well, this is the first. No.
Will this be the first series?
They're planning on a few.
Okay.
So what I think you do, Nick, is you take that premise and then you either create an anthology series around it that hops through time, or you give us compelling core characters and build a narrative we can
I think
latch
it's going to
onto.
be anthology. I think it's going to be, every chapter is going to be a different episode with different characters, because the way it works is it starts and then it jumps ahead 200 years and then 1,000 years and then this and then and it goes to each section of the planet as this grand plan that this original scientist put into place to help cull that, spoilers, whenever he can't stop the empire from falling, but he wants to just shrink the time that it's going to take for humanity to come back.
And
it's really fucking cool sci-fi.
It's neat
really
ideas.
Cool
what I worry about is if you try to do it as an anthology series. You watched the new Twin Peaks, right?
No, I was never in it. Twin Peaks terrified me when I was a kid.
Oh, it's scary.
So I stayed away from it.
It's still terrifying.
There were people dancing all the time, and it was weird.
I loved season 3 of Twin Peaks. I really did. I thought it was brilliant. But there's an episode of that where it just goes completely into art film territory. It's an amazing episode of television. But for a 17-hour series, they only really do that once.
Yeah.
I think if you tried to make an anthology series out of Foundation, there's a good chance you'd end up with a series where every episode felt like a mini art film. And after a while, you could get really lost.
I don't think so. I think most of them would be start to finish three-act structure.
Yeah?
Yeah, there's a lot of them, like the ones that I can remember where, there's one that's all about the politics of how the governor is trying to stay in power and it's all political. Then there's one about the trader who has to go and negotiate and things like that. I think there's a lot there. My question is it's so, are people going to buy into each one of those without any setup? And that's kind of the beauty of Foundation, is you just jump into this world. You're like, what? Where are we now? Who is this character?
That's what I'm worried
And then right
about,
when you fall in love with that person, or you start to empathize with their struggle, you're done. You just skip ahead to the next.
And that could work. I mean, but it would have to be
Millennium.
very, very cleverly put together.
We'll see how it goes.
I haven't read Foundation in 20 years.
I've only read the first book. I need to go back and read the next few books, because I think there's 3 or 4 in the series, right?
I believe there's 3.
3? Yeah, because I read that, and then I read Dune, and I was like, Dune is amazing, but I don't have time in my life for Dune Messiah. So
You don't need to read any Dune but the first book.
yeah, the first book is amazing.
Freaking believable, and no one has ever. There's something that really could work as an adaptation, and nobody's ever pulled.
Well, they're
it
making a movie out of it.
Yeah,
It's not going to be
Of
good.
it, right?
they've made movies of it. None of them are any good. None of them capture what makes the book good. The sci-fi series is a very literal interpretation, but it's all done on a soundstage, and even that doesn't capture. Half of Dune is the atmosphere, and that series does not capture the medieval come to the future atmosphere that Dune has. That makes this. Everything happening in Dune relies on you believing in the universe, and the sci-fi series has all the facts of that, but doesn't create the universe
you don't
that
get the
makes it all
grandioseness
believable.
of it. You don't feel it. Yeah.
You have no context.
This is my thing with the movie. Is I forget who's directing. Someone will tell me in the chat in about 5 seconds. It's going to be Blade Runner. It is going to be beautiful. It is going to be amazing. It'll probably be the best representation of the source material that we've ever seen, and it is going to fucking tank. It is going to tank. And God bless whatever studio greenlit it, because they're going to put 200. Is it Denis Villeneuve? It is Denis Villeneuve. They're gonna put, and he's a great director.
Yeah.
Same director as Blade Runner.
Right.
Is going to be beautiful. Blade Runner 2049, excuse me. And it's gonna fucking fall flat on its ass. But I'm gonna see it day one.
Oh yeah, anything that guy makes, I'll watch until the day I die now.
All right.
2049 was unreal.
Kevin, bring up this next news story. If you didn't think that Tom Cruise delivered, you take your fist, you bottle it up, and
shove it down your fucking
shove it down your
throat.
stupid fucking throat.
Shove it down there, man.
Because there is more casting news. There's been a ton of casting news of Top Gun Maverick, or Top Gun 2, as IGN decided to title it here in the headline. It adds John Hamm and Ed Harris to the cast. And let me tell you something right now. You say, Nick, you're going to be in a room with Tom Cruise. I'm excited. You say, Nick, you're going to be in a room with Tom Cruise, John Hamm, Ed Harris. I say, I'm not going into that room. It's too much amazingness.
Right.
Too much.
Ed Harris is his whole facial structure. Like still to this day,
So beautiful
he's an
motherfucker.
old man.
He's
and
always
it's-
been old.
I know.
Ever since The Abyss, you're like, you look exactly the same now as you did then. You're always old, but beautiful. Remember The Rock?
Wait.
Great movie.
Oh, The Rock.
Yeah.
The movie The Rock. Yeah.
Yeah. There's a
I thought you
giant-
were just bringing up Dwayne Johnson.
No, he's awesome. I was driving the Mission 2 days ago. I think it was a Tuesday, and I looked over and there's a gigantic mural for, I guess, a store that sells socks, and it was Nick Cage and what's his name, ex-Bond, Sean Connery, screaming at each other, and it just said "the sock."
That's pretty good.
It's pretty amazing.
That's pretty good.
No more news here other than just adding some more people to this. We'll see how this shapes up. I'm excited for Top Gun 2. I'm excited for Top Gun 2. Okay, Kev, let's not go into this next news story. We're getting long in the tooth here, but I do want to skip over to the giveaway because our giveaway is brought to you today by Slack. Thank you to Slack for supporting the Kind of Funny morning show. Slack is a collaboration hub for work, whatever work you do. With Slack, the right people in your team are kept in the loop, and the information they need is always at their fingertips. With mobile apps for iOS and Android that sync seamlessly, you can always pick up where you left off, no matter where you are. Teamwork on Slack happens in channels, letting you organize conversations and information around projects, offices, and teams. And because everything you need to make work happen is in one place, it's faster and easier to get things done. Slack also connects the tools and services in one easy-to-use app with real-time messaging, video or voice calls, group file sharing, drag and drop file sharing, and searchable archives that work with all apps you already use, like Jira, Salesforce, Zendesk, and Google Drive. With Slack, your team is better connected. Slack, where work happens. Learn more at slack.com. That's slack.com. And I'll tell you, right before the show, I was like, Andy, I need you to make a promo image for the show I got coming up in Austin, Out of Bounds Festival, Friday, August 31st. And he was like, can you send me that image that you have? And I was like, yeah, I'll Slack it to you real quick. Ran back to my computer, Slacked it, came, poured some water for myself. We started the show. Done. Did Andy finish that thing before we started the show? Probably not, because he's not as great as I am. But that's not Slack's fault. Slack allows you to do. And you know what else I like about it? It
was like 10:44 when.
It takes away the useless amount of extra emails that we have to do. If we weren't for Slack, I would have had to email that to you. But then there's like an email thread.
Let me pitch something to you.
Pitch it to me.
I'm creating. I'm thinking of. I'm not thinking of. I made it. I made a room called Things for Andy. Possibly things Andy needs to do. I'm very forgetful, Nick.
Yeah.
And it's either I have nothing to do but party mode, or I have 6 things to do.
Yeah.
And party mode. And I forget a lot. So earlier this morning, when I walk in, Greg's like, I have these 2 things I need for you to do. I'm like, cool, great. Hopefully I can store them up here. And then you said, hey, Andy, remember that flyer? And I was like, whoops, forgot about that flyer.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking of making a Slack channel where you say what you need from me, Greg says what he needs from me, and I could just go to the channel and see it all there.
Now, can I ask you a question?
Because the separate DMs, it gets lost, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's a great idea. Second, follow-up question to that.
Hey, what's up, Nick Scarpino?
Can one of the things I need from you be love?
Sure.
No, that seems like it's gonna waste space in that.
No, I just want to put love on there every once in a while.
Yeah. Kevin's making a great point. You're
Why
defeating
don't we
the.
just keep it serious, you know what I mean?
Yeah, you're defeating the purpose.
Today's winner of the giveaway.
Hold on. Theme song right here. Giveaway, giveaway, giveaway now. Giveaway, giveaway, giveaway now. And then I'm trying to think of the other lyrics, but it could be like,
I never know what he said after that. Stop.
Yeah.
Stop.
be a Patreon sub or be in the chat now. We could say like
that's
that.
really
in
good
order to
idea.
win it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Thanks,
What's amazing
dude.
about that
Thanks.
is that there's no. I think luckily, all the founding members of the Red Hot Chili Peppers totally dead, so we're not going to get sued by anyone for that.
Yeah, it's public domain now.
Yeah, it's
by this
public
point.
domain.
Yeah.
It's that and like Beethoven, all public domain. So it's pretty great.
I'm just gonna get my acoustic guitar. I'm gonna come in. I'm gonna record it with Kevin, and it's just gonna be me. Give away, give away, give away now. Instead of give it away. You know what I mean?
love it.
It's cool.
I love it.
Thanks.
You did remind me that there are 4 ways to win. 1, be in the Twitch chat. 2, be a Twitch subscriber. Hey, you got Amazon Prime? Give it. Come on, link it to your Twitch account. Give it to someone. If it's not to us, give it to someone out there because it's just a free $5 that you can give away. We'd like it to go to us, but if not, no big deal. 3 and 4, patreon.com/kindoffunny or patreon.com/kindoffunnygames at the $2 above level. You support us there. You get all the perks of the $1 above level. You get entered to win. Today, the giveaway winner comes from the Twitch chat. Flamin' Hot Falafel. You have won.
What a good name.
That's a great name. You have won Pixel Ripped 1989 on PSVR. Congratulations to you.
Congrats, Flamin' Hot Falafel.
Going back, let's see if there are any more tips right now. We do have a couple more tips. Kevin A says, just one question. Who is champ? I think that's, who is, I don't know, can't remember. I can't remember who the champ is. You want to help me out with that?
I think you know who it is.
Also, everyone go watch Party Mode, he says. Which is true.
Oh, I thought you were saying that.
No, he says that in here. He just put a lot of dots.
Thank you, Kevin A. What's up?
Who's the champ?
Ellipses.
I think you know who it is, too, Kevin.
I don't.
Andy, who is it?
I feel like you're saying that you don't remember, and I'm testing you to see who the current champ is. You should remember your champ. You should probably get a tattoo of him.
God damn.
Or maybe get one of these fan mails here.
Like, if we were Couch Hop, I would make you get a tattoo. Like, I would make you get a championship bracket tattoo, and then my name, and then how many times I've had it, and then your name with a big fat 0 through it, and then Greg's name with how many times he's had it.
I've had it twice.
None
Your
of them
name
counted. Remember the
with a big fat 0
proclamation that came out 3 weeks ago?
You can't just make stuff up like that.
I am the president of our organization.
It was a mandate.
And it's been blessed by the commissioner. That is the 2-vote system that we have. We have a 2-vote system that I need to pass laws in this
Who
organization.
voted?
Well,
I voted, and the commission voted spiritually. I felt him.
He has a veto thing, and if he hasn't said anything on social media...
He has veto power.
Nick and Johnny Ace both voted.
So a vote by abstention is still a vote.
100%.
He's abstained.
John L. Ace.
John L. Ace, Esquire.
The party mode that we did of Mario Tennis that isn't out yet, but it's fully edited. It's so funny, man.
I said, Greg brought up a good point. He's like, why isn't it John E. Ace? And I'm like, that's really smart. Yeah, so it's now John E. Ace, Esquire.
Yeah, cool.
It's Johnny Ace.
Yeah, got it.
I mean, they call him Johnny Ace too, but when it's just when he's trying cases in Malta, he's
always in Malta.
He likes Malta a lot.
He's always over there.
Right now he's in Montenegro.
He's always over there. Huh?
He's doing the Bond tour, so he's going to all the Bond countries.
Yeah.
That Bond was shot in. He'll be in Thailand next week.
Greg gets very mad because I'm destroying you all in Mario Tennis. And then you say, you think you're mad, Greg? I had to leave Malta. You say it so many times.
I wasn't in that one, though. It was John.
Oh, it was John. Yeah.
John was in that one. P.S. I love his best friend, XOXO. Is your opportunity to shout someone out in our community. He feels doing a great job of being a community member. Go to kindoffunny.com/bestfriend. Fill that form out, just like the Ben Como did. He is shouting out Peyton Royce. Or, if he's from Brazil, Peyton Royce, as they say. Okay, so Peyton is not a best friend, but please hear me out. I was wondering if we could do an old hashtag PS We Love You XOXO, and I didn't know I don't know where to post it here? Question mark. Peyton Royce is a WWE wrestler that we love on hashtag Kinda Wrestling. On this week's Dave Meltzer, a well-known wrestling journalist podcast, she was basically fat shamed. Okay, so it's a she. Between this and the fact that she is not being used on the show, I felt we should let her know that she is loved by a big bunch of nerds. If you are a fan of wrestling, if you're a fan of Peyton Royce, tweet at her and send her some love. Say we love you, we support you, you're awesome. From a Kinda Funny community. Hashtag Kinda Funny.
That's really sweet.
Kinda Wrestling.
That's really nice.
All right, let's go into the 3 and 3. If you're watching the show for the first time, you're wondering what the 3 and 3 is, this is our opportunity to talk to you in the chat right now. We'll give you guys three or so questions, comments, concerns, or compliments, and then we'll go into sub-only mode with the new sub-only mode graphic that maybe we'll use, maybe we won't. Also, if you're watching, what's that?
Are we going to use it?
Sure, why not? But I don't like it. I want him to take me out of it.
Let's not use it then.
Well, he needs to fix it. And every time we use it and tell him to fix it.
That's on him.
But that's the thing, he doesn't know until we shame him.
I feel like you're nailing it right now.
You see what I'm saying? Well, use it and say it's almost perfect and see how long it takes him to get us a new one.
Oh, okay.
You see what I'm saying?
So you do want me to add it?
I'd like to add it, but we'll also critique it.
It's kind of a process.
Don't worry about it then.
Thank you.
It's almost Friday. Let's not worry about it. Let's see.
It's Friday somewhere, Nick.
It is Friday somewhere in Australia. Mars Gamer said, Nick, have you seen Pablo Francisco's comedy stand-up? He's one of my favorites. Pablo Francisco was like one of the first guys I remember thinking, this guy's fucking hilarious back in the day.
That's really old school.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
Fucking pigeons.
He's the guy that did the announcer voice, right? Or the trailer voice.
Yeah.
In a
world. Like he did all that stuff. He's really funny. He does a lot of good impressions. It's a me. BT says, Nick, I have fixed it. Well then, Kevin, you got to send it to Kev. It needs to get into Kevin's hands.
Kevin at kindoffunny.com.
You can send it to Kev.
If I get any trash mail from other people that think they're funny, you will be banned forever.
That's fair.
Black.
You could have also just sent us.
Kevin can track your IP.
It's not even hard.
Not hard at all.
Let's see. HKY Goalie 34 says, hey, can you guys do a Let's Play with Beat Saber? I think we did something with Beat Saber, right?
We did it for the Amazon Prime thing, but a real one, like a real proper party mode would be cool.
I think that let's wait till it comes out on PlayStation.
Kevin, I really, really want to do a firewall party mode.
Let's do that then.
It's really hard. Because it requires PSVR, and it's
cool.
It's basically Rainbow Six Siege in VR. And you are infiltrating a house in VR, peeking around walls.
We have 2 VR units, so we can do 2-player.
Yeah, I suggested that to Greg, that we don't have to do 4, because 4, we don't have the room for that shit.
Yeah. But I mean, fuck it, I'm down to try. You know what
Gilbert G asks, Andy, who wins the Super Bowl this year?
The fans.
The Browns. The Browns are going to go 19-0.
Get Bucket says, Nick, watch Friends again. You know what, sir? That chapter of my life is now closed. I have to move on. It was emotional. It was long. It was painful at parts to get through. I'm done with it, though.
How do you feel about the end of Frasier?
I didn't like it. He moved farther away from his kid. What a fucking deadbeat dad.
Yeah.
How do you feel about the fact they're bringing Frasier back?
Are they? I did not know that.
He's trying to develop a new series.
Interesting.
Yeah. Hey, baby, I hear the blues are calling. Toss salads and scram. Good night, Seattle.
I love when you do that.
When was the last time you did that? Was that?
It's been a while.
Like 2 weeks ago.
But when was the time that we recorded that? Was that
At Kevin's
RTX
wedding.
last year?
No, yeah, it was last
One
year.
of them was at Kevin's wedding.
Yeah, we just found a piano in the hallway and I just did it.
That was at RTX 27. Holy shit, that was a long time ago, man.
Yeah, we're really talented.
Yeah.
We're in sub-only mode now, ladies and gentlemen. Frasier finale is great, says G Hornet. You're wrong. And but he said it with kind of a dickish way. Kevin, I believe, let's time him out.
I don't know how to do that. I can time him out for 10 minutes, but it just seems like harsh.
No, we're almost done with the show. Nah, I don't time him out for 10 minutes. That's
Look
fine.
at that. Sure Man Cool says, I caught up on some party modes last night. They're fucking funny, man. P.S. You guys are so bad at Rocket League. I love seeing the other side of you dudes. Thanks for watching, man.
Can you like share with all your friends though?
Yeah, tell all your
Make sure
friends.
they watch it.
And then tell their parents, and then their
Well, I
relatives.
don't understand why you say that party mode's not doing well. It has literally like 800 times the viewership of this show.
It should have 1,000,000 times 100. It's such a good show.
I guess
But this show's-
when the show
no.
started off, it was maxing out around 40K. Now it's around like 20. Some are 18, some are 25. You know what I mean?
So, well, that's always going to happen when a show's
Yeah.
new. People get into it and then they go, you know, I got to settle into this.
Sure, yeah.
You get the hardcore audience. Like when I first started doing this show and I announced it was my show, we used to get 200,000 views per episode.
Easily.
And now we're at somewhere around 8.2, 8.4.
100,000? 8.2?
No, 8,000. 400 people.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
Damn.
It's pretty good, though. It adds up. If you add up the entire year's worth of views, that's a lot of views.
Mm-hmm. For every day.
One view for every day.
Yeah. That's true.
365 views. All right, we're in sub-only mode. Let's see. Nick, Uma Thurman said in an interview with EW that she would work with Tarantino again and she's in good relationship with him now. Yeah, I think they mended it, but it's still kind of weird knowing that you're sending your daughter into the fucking lion's den. Nick, can I get a morph? Says Ant-Man0208. Morph. Well, that was a good one.
That was really good.
Really good.
That's one of the best ones you've ever done.
That's probably the best one I've ever done, Ant-Man.
Top 10.
You're welcome.
Top 10.
You know, Ant-Man, I'm taking it back. That was too good. I want to keep that one for myself.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You gotta be kind of, did you rewind it right there?
Yeah, I just sucked it back in.
You gotta be selfish every once in a while.
Thanks, man.
Do it for yourself.
Andy, how long will the A's be tied for first with the Astros? I like how you're just like the fucking diviner. The baseball diviner. You just know things.
I'm listening to the Libertard show right now. They're like, name one guy on the Oakland Athletics. Name one A. And it's like, that's so true. I can't name any A's.
Yeah.
I have no idea. I think now that the Astros are getting healthier and healthier, I think they're going to eventually take the lead back. Weird, though. Andy, send me the Coheed album. I can't. Because the guy in the email was like, hey, don't share this with anybody. And
Tweet it, man. Just tweet it out.
don't talk about details about the album.
All right, so we're going to wrap this up right now. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for your time. If you're watching this on YouTube, please, let's keep the conversation going in the comments below. I love jumping in there and seeing people talking about the stuff we talked about here, or just giving each other some good-natured shit. Remember, if you're going to be on the Dragon Ball Z fucking scale of death or whatever the fuck he was talking about over there, make sure you're a kind person, not a death asshole chaos
The
person.
D&D.
Dragon Ball Z, wasn't it?
Same thing, I guess.
Naruto. I love you all very, very much. I hope you're having a great day. If you're watching this during dinner, I hope your dinner's. I hope you pause it right now. Make sure your dinner's good. Great. I'm glad you guys did
Get
that.
Get that Diet Coke that you put in the freezer. Pop it out right now, because you probably forgot. You left it in there. It's going to explode.
Get it out.
Get it out right
now.
now. Yeah.
Andy, thank you so much for joining me. Kevin, thank you for holding the fort down. We will be back tomorrow to round out of the week, 11 a.m. PT. I'll see you in the comments on YouTube. You son of a bitch. Make sure you subscribe. Kevin, cut the feed.